Hello, this is Lani with Broken SeaShell Stampin', and today I'm putting together just a quick little video on a last-minute teacher appreciation gift for Thanksgiving or any other occasion that you just need to kind of throw something together. We're going to be using the Jolly Delivery, mostly the stamp set, the die cuts, but I might do a few with the stamp set as well. But definitely the dies with this cool little box, which I love the heart little option that makes a 3-dimensional envelope. So hop along with me today for this mishmashed kind of just combination video of little gift to do last minute. In this case, I'm making these for the teachers. So come along and see what you like. So all you will need is some DSP. I have some old DSP from Michaels, and I just cut out a bunch of them. They're the only downfall with these is they're not double-sided. This one I actually cut that one off, so I might just discard it. But they are already I already pre-die cut them in the big cut and die emboss machine. And let's see which design we want to throw together. These can be used with any 6x6 piece of DSP. I'm just trying to get through some of this old paper that I've had hanging around that I never do anything with. All right, so it's a eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's see, I'm gonna just pick this one. All right, we'll do this one here. I just threw that together. So this is the, again, Jolly Delivery stamp set. The number is 165,838, but we're mostly going to be using just the die cut. Once you have a die cut, you want to make sure, in fact, I got to check to make sure I do it the right way. This is what's inside the box. Just a quick little throw together. I have a Ghirardelli square and a cup of coffee. Well, it's to give them a cup of coffee. These are delicious, by the way. They're the Starbucks instant coffee. They taste really close to fresh brewed coffee. So we're going to stamp that first before we actually put this together. But I kind of have a guide to see which side I need to stamp it on so it's not upside down. So we're going to turn that around. The little tab is going to be at the top. And this just makes, it's hard when you've got so many people you want to make things for and just not enough to go around. So this gives it a nice little togetherness. So this one, because that's kind of like a secret C, go ahead and take out my secret C. What other color we like here? I think I really like pecan pie, so I'm going to go with pecan pie. I also have pumpkin pie out just so I can do the pumpkins. All right, tab up at the top. I like doing the sentiment in a matching color. If you want to fold these in first so you know where your boundary is, you can go ahead and do that first. And now just ink up your stamp. Do right in the middle. And this again is from, well, I don't think I mentioned this. This is the Paper Pumpkin September kit, which just came out. It is, let's see, fall for, I think it's Twal. I am not good at saying that. But you can use any sentiment stamp from your kit. If you're using the Jolly Delivery, I would go ahead and, if it's for Christmas, you'd use the Hoping This Christmas is the Most Magical Yet. Or you can just say Special Delivery. Any of those that you would like to use, or find one with a nice sentiment that you have. All right, that was pecan pie. And get the pumpkin pie out for the pumpkins. These pumpkins came in the September kit. Just put those little pumpkins down there. And there's a leaf, which I like doing in the Secret C. Now, if you're mass producing these, like I'm going to be doing, you're going to do all the stamping at once, but this is just a video for informational purposes. I'm going to put a couple more leaves. Now, you want to stamp the back of your little envelope first. So this one here is the one that's finished. I off stamped a little bit wrong, but we're going to put a little postage in the top. Now, there are dies for this. I have an old set of Shelly punches from Stampin' Up! That I'm going to be using just to streamline these. But you can use the die cuts that Stampin' Up! Has for the postage. I believe it's perennial postage. And just to check, so on the tab spot, we want to keep it like this because the heart's facing up when we go like this. So you're going to flip it exactly over, and that's where you'd put the sentiment. Now, this particular one won't work for this, so I can stamp something on a piece of paper and stick that there, or just leave it blank. In fact, this one will probably use a circular punch to put something fun, like something like this. So that will just go right in the middle of the back. All right, let's see, I'm getting all messed up in here. All right, so we got our stamped in there. You can do some color accenting if you have the time. Actually, I'm going to use, let's see which other I have. A lighter marker. Let's see, this one is more mustard. Let's see how it looks. I found these. I'd lost them. It's a little dark for, but it kind of works for there. So I'm just going to highlight these pumpkins just in the little shadowed areas. Get a lighter color. Let's see, what's this one here is. These are retiring. Grapefruit Grove. Let's try it out. That's good. So just kind of color those in. I like to leave little bits of white just because it's kind of shiny. And let's see, a little cloud cover. This is a blend. That's a cloud cover dark. I want cloud cover light. And the brush end. And then I'm just going to highlight these leaves like, so if you imagine the sun's up here, I just want to create a little bit of shadowing on the bottom parts as if it's hitting it. And there we've got our colored. So you want to pre-fold all these. You can use your bone folder to try to help burnish that a little better, or varnish, whatever that word is. And just want to make sure they're good and folded. Now we're going to put just a little bit of glue right here on these tabs. So, and if you put too much, it will sploosh out. So just a little tiny dab is all you need. And this is kind of gets a little tricky. What I've been doing is I just kind of pop that kind of like that, and then just push that together, and then push this side just to start it, and then pinch it a little bit more. The ones on this side are going to stay pretty wet for the most part. So turn that around, push it more, and then I kind of back fold this a little, and then push these down just a little bit. And then it's easier to hold it if I turn it around and push a little harder. I don't know if you can see that. So that way you've got your box. And there's the little box. And fold that back. Make sure my glue is staying. Because this is a gift, you could put a little tiny piece of tape there instead of worrying about the acid from the tape. It's not going to really hurt the box. Now we assemble the treats, or well, let's put our postage on the back. So fold those in. And then the way you do this part is you pop up these little tabs, and this part goes right here. Pop that through. And there you go. Got a cute little envelope. So we're going to put the stamp on the back. Now all I did was take a piece of cardstock. So I have all these extra scrap pieces from when I cut out the template or the box and the die cut. So then I just kind of find a cute little area where the little mushrooms are at and pop that out. Then I just had some white laying around and scrap, and I popped out or punched out the other, I'm out of space here, this one here out of the white. Now what I wanted to do was put a little bit of like a, as if that's the cost, even though it's a leaf. Go ahead and glue your stamp together first. Now, if you have some vintage stamps, you could even put those here. My grandmother used to collect the stamps on all the letters. And when we went through her drawer, after she passed, letters upon letters that she never got to take the stamp off. And I ended up making a collage on a piece of, on a picture frame, but ultimately most of them got discarded, even though I would have liked to keep them. Okay, so now that that's glued together, I'm going to get the secret C for the little leaf. Now if you have something else, the little present, in fact, why don't we do that? That looks a little cuter. Let's clean off this one, a little leaf, and grab this little present. Right there. I'm going to rub this with my eraser. That helps the ink stay. Make sure my mushrooms are the right direction. And let's just put that little present right there. So cute. All right, set those aside. And make sure our heart's in the right direction. We're going to put that right there. It is absolutely pouring outside. I don't know if that's coming across in this video or not. It's about time we got a little bit of rain. All right. Now we're gluing our stamp on like old school. None of this adhesive stuff. I'm not licking this glue. Thank you very much. All right. And that's just to push it down. Now we have our little letter. Now, if you wanted to emboss a white lettering on here, you could do that as well. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put thankful on a piece of white paper. So now I've got my caramel. There we go for that. I got the milk chocolate caramel squares. And then my coffee, which is, it's eluding me right now. Oh, right in front of my face. This stuff right here is perfect. These little single serve, and I just get these at Target. Single serve coffee packets. They are really good for a pinch. You know, you just never know. All you need is some hot water. I've even put them in smoothies before. I put a piece of tape just to kind of keep that down. And then we tuck it in the little box. Fold the flaps over. And now we've got a cute little letter. And the final touch is another leaf die I have. I just cut out a bunch of leaves just to put a little accent on it on the back, since that's the one that's going to sit up. I'm also adding thankful to this as well. I'll show you that next. Just to put a little leaf right there. And now I've got my sentiments here. Let's cut that out. I just stamped them. Oh my, it's coming down. Let's cut that out. This is some old wild wheat paper I had hanging around. Again, this is a great way to use up scraps. Just kind of throw together whatever you've got left. So I'm going to make a little banner. So you go down the middle and then on each side. And I'm just going to tuck that. It's going to go right under that leaf. A little bit off color, but you know, not really going to make a difference there. Tuck that underneath. Not too much. I still want to see. Thankful. And there you go. Quick, cute little box full of some nice goodies to give to teachers. You can make a variety of colors. I've got all these different pattern papers, all sorts of different types. Well, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please drop me a comment. And I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving and that this helps you out when you needed something in a pinch. Have a great day. Bye-bye.